Oceanographic de Monaco. Made it to Monaco with Into the Arctic, and after 2 years since this process began, the exhibition's all set up. Tonight we have le Vernissage. I'm thrilled to be able to share the Canadian Arctic here in Monaco, where there's a great deal of interest in protection of the environment and our poles. These folks, Frank and Cindy Kolsch, who just walked in with their friends, I've known for 25 years, and they're dear friends. Bring her over here, come on. This is Cindy Kolsch. She's an artist from Canada as well, but also a best friend of ours. And way back when I started, you guys were there. So
yes, we were.
Thanks for being there, and it's so exciting to have them here on the other side of the world in Monaco with me. And there's Frank. Frank is they're more than just friends. Frank actually he's a business mentor. Awesome that they could be here with us. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cory Trépanier. The Oceanographic Institute was founded by Prince Albert I. He was an explorer. He was attracted to science. He was a visionary and the first to discern the need to protect the ocean and our planet. He was also the first explorer to have artists on board during his expeditions. Louis Tiner was one of these painters who reproduced the polar landscape of Spitzberg. There is a clear parallel with you, Cory Trépanier, when you paint the Canadian Arctic today. We are sure this exhibition will be a great success. First and foremost because the painting displayed in this room are remarkable. Thank you for the message you transmitted through your paintings. On this planet, we must protect.
Your Excellencies, dear Cory, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be with you tonight for the opening of this incredible exhibition Into the Arctic, dedicated to one of the most emblematic zones of our planet, where magic, wilderness, and beauty meet. A very particular atmosphere that Cory Trépanier recreates in these paintings of the Canadian North. While looking at these immense landscapes, how not to think about their fragility? The polar regions are, as you know, the first witnesses of global warming and among the first territories to suffer its negative consequences. Pollution, disappearance of species, and threats to indigenous people are huge. The stakes are high in the long term. The Arctic ice is melting at a much faster rate than predicted. The Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation is committed to ensuring that polar regions can tomorrow become areas of international agreement, while environmental protection is a priority. This knowledge of the issues facing the Canadian Arctic must be brought to everyone's attention, and art is a great vector to invite us to act and better protect them. This is an issue we must tackle together, because what impacts the polar regions impacts humanity. Thank you.
Very pleased to be in this house, in this museum, which is a bridge between la Principauté and the rest of the world. Nos deux pays portent l'ambition de bâtir des sociétés modèles et des modèles de société. Des sociétés engagées dans la défense de la planète, la protection des océans et la lutte contre le réchauffement climatique. The Arctic is a place that makes you dream, whose sculptural beauty fascinates us. But not only, it's also a place that the whole world is talking about, which brings together all the major topics of the moment: the environment, biodiversity, and global warming. Grâce aux technologies modernes, nous pensons pouvoir, avec le temps, offrir aux populations nord-autochtones un environnement et une vie comparables aux Canadiens du Sud. Bâtir des sociétés modèles, c'est aussi porter chez soi et dans le monde des valeurs fortes, celles de la liberté, de la démocratie et des droits de la personne. Merci au Musée Oceanographique, à la Fondation et à la Principauté. Cory, you've got the floor.
Merci beaucoup pour tout le monde pour venir ce soir, pour donner la chance à moi pour partager une partie du monde qui est vraiment importante à moi et qui m'inspire, ça fait beaucoup d'années. I want to thank His Serene Highness, Prince Albert II, for his commitment to the protection of our oceans, our seas, our natural world, our polar regions. Thank you to His Excellence, Monsieur Fautrier, who announced here in this room 2 years ago the idea of hosting the exhibition. And thank you to Olivier Wenden, who has picked up the baton from Mr. Fautrier at the foundation and helped to make this happen as well. To Monsieur Emmanuel Calca, I want to thank him for his leadership at this incredible institution and its mission to share our planet's wonders with young and old alike, so important in inspiring a better future. To Dr. David J. Wagner, he's my curator and tour director who has worked tirelessly to bring the exhibition to many museums across North America and now here. And to my collectors, my first step in the Arctic would never have actually happened without their faith and support in my work. It was they who generously shared all of these originals from their private collections to go on tour and share with the world for 4 years. I want to thank my tour sponsors, the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, Canadian Geographic, and Hatch, who recently came on board to assist bringing the exhibition overseas. But I have a most special thank you, and that is reserved for the Inuit people who I've had the privilege of traveling with across the North, who have shared their culture with me and helped me access some of these landscapes you see tonight. People like Billy Arnikuk of Kikatarjuak, who I traveled with in front of this sublime glacier and camped with him, and I helped him set his nets. We caught fresh Arctic char and ate it at the edge of the shore. Or people like Sam Polituk and Jaco Inuarak of Clyde River, who took me on a 170-kilometer journey in a little wooden boat up the coast of Baffin Island, far into the landscape. I could see the pride in their eyes as they would show me these places, and it became very clear to me that the land and the Inuit are inseparable. And as the Arctic rapidly heats up and changes the very fabric of life in the North for its people, for the flora and fauna, may this art touch everyone more deeply to consider the severity of the changes taking place in our North. And I hope that it inspires us all to carefully consider our own actions and the resulting impacts of those in an uncertain future ahead. Thank you very much. About the realization that we all have a part to play in. It's wonderful that here we have a government that's very progressive on that and that is making a difference.